Welcome to Kansas Ag Report with your host, Brian Hallman.
Welcome to Kansas Ag Report. I'm Brian Hallman, and here's our lineup for today's show. In Ag News, we'll take a look at local and national headlines affecting Kansas farmers. In our Ag Feature, we talk with Chris Haverkamp from Paragon and get our quarterly grain outlook. And inside Kansas Ag, Kansas Wheat talks certified seed, and KDA tells us about using treated seed for planting. And in news you need to know, we get our weekly update from the Kansas Livestock Association, look back at last week's market activity with the guys from Paragon, and we'll let you know about important events coming up around the state of Kansas. Glad you could join us.
Closed captioning brought to you by Dick Edwards in Manhattan, selling America's #1 truck, the Ford F-150, for over 30 years. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. kansassoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza in Junction City, home of this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year, Ram Truck. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Here's our national headlines for this week in Ag News. More farmers took out non-real estate farm loans in the second quarter based on data from a national survey and reported by Kansas City Federal Reserve. The increase was driven by a 25% gain from a year ago in operating loans, offsetting an 18% drop in loan volumes for all other non-real estate farm loans. Although loan volumes have increased steadily since 2011, recent increases have coincided with a period of declining farm income. According to the USDA, crop cash receipts have declined 22% since 2012. UPS announced an agreement for up to 46 million gallons of renewable fuels over the next 3 years, a 15-fold increase over prior contracts, and making UPS one of the largest users of renewable diesel in the world. UPS says renewable diesel has a huge impact, significantly reducing life cycle greenhouse gas emissions by up to 90% versus conventional petroleum diesel. UPS has been using renewable fuels for more than a year in trucks operating in Texas and Louisiana. The new agreement paves the way for expanded use across the U.S. and potentially in parts of Europe. With a major United Nations conference on climate change set for November 30th, several major U.S. companies, including Cargill, joined a White House ceremony last week where they signed the American Business Act on climate change. The agribusiness giant said in the next 5 years it will improve greenhouse gas intensity by 5%, freshwater efficiency by 5%, energy efficiency by 5%, and increase renewable energy use by 18%. Cargill is a founding member of the Global Roundtable for Sustainable Beef and the U.S. Roundtable for Sustainable Beef. In a local news, Kansas FSA Executive Director Adrian Polanski announced an additional 55,000 acres of agricultural land in Kansas is eligible for funding for wildlife habitat restoration. The initiative, known as State Acres for Wildlife Enhancement, or SAFE, is part of the USDA Conservation Reserve Program, a voluntary program that assists agricultural producers with the cost of restoring and protecting certain lands, and in return, the USDA provides rental payments and cost share assistance. If interested, contact your local FSA county at fsa.usda.gov. A new mobile app for estimating soybean yields is now available from Kansas State University. KS Soy Yield Calc is a native Android application that helps with yield estimations of soybeans before harvest by counting or estimating plant populations, pods per plant, seeds per pod, and seed size. The calculator needs only those 4 inputs for predicting the final yield. Downloads are free and can be downloaded from Google. Kansas Wheat announced the winner of the 6th annual Wheat Yield Contest. This year's top wheat yields belong to Doug Queen of Rossville, Eastern Region winner, Darren Nelson of Hutch, Central Region winner, and Darwin Edgar of Meade, Western Region winner. Doug Queen had a winning yield of 70.3 bushels per acre. Nelson's prize-winning yield was 108.48 bushels an acre, and Egger saw a yield of 103.18 bushels per acre. Congratulations to all three winners. Up next in our Ag Feature, we talk with Chris Haverkamp and get our quarterly grain outlook. You're watching Kansas Ag Report. Please stay tuned.
This segment brought to you by Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com. A.B. Flint Motor Company, selling quality used cars and trucks in southeast Topeka at 32nd and South Kansas Avenue. Integrity Gun and Pawn, 2 Topeka locations specializing in firearms and training. igpawn.com to learn more. Kansas Weed Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for weeds. Online at kswheat.com.
Dick Edwards, 2 miles east of the town center mall on Highway 24.
I'm Dr. Frank Lyons, a physician here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. As one of the only standalone stem cell centers in the U.S., we use your stem cells as therapy for arthritis and some autoimmune diseases.
I'm Dr. Andrew Poe, here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Utilizing the latest technology under strict protocols, we're able to harvest your stem cells from your own fat to treat a variety of medical conditions. The best part about it is, it's a same-day surgical procedure and requires no general anesthesia.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
Dick Edwards, 2 miles east of the town center mall on Highway 24.
Good morning. We're joined by Chris Haverkamp with Paragon Ag here in Silver Lake, Kansas. And today we're going to do our quarterly grain update. Chris, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Summer seems to be kind of the doldrums when it comes to the grain markets. Everything seems to be kind of be driven by the U.S. dollar right now, though.
It definitely is, as well as, of course, the summer weather, but the U.S. dollar continues to grind sideways to higher, and as a result, it continues to keep our products competitive, or uncompetitive rather, around the world. We're not seeing much as far as new crop exports for beans, corn, or wheat being on the books at this point of the year. If we don't have weather to talk about, we want to talk about exports, and if we can't talk about exports, the market just continues to grind sideways to lower, especially given perfect weather condition, which is exactly what we have right now.
Well, and during the summer, I spent a lot of time here with you guys, and we've seen kind of some ups and downs. The market will go up. It gives everything back in the next couple of days. Where do you see things kind of going? We do have a crop report coming out next week. How's everything kind of shaking out?
Right. Well, next week's report typically isn't the primary report that we look at for this time of the year. Typically we have everything kind of on the books, so to speak, and we're just waiting for Mother Nature to finite the final yields out there. But this year, due to the late planting situation, we had the USDA actually step in and say we're going to reevaluate or recount how many acres are out there. So this particular report, next Wednesday on the 12th, it'll be out 11 a.m. We are going to see a lot of significance placed upon this particular report as traders get a much better look at how many acres of corn and or beans we have this year. And as we move forward, that's going to be the watermark, if you will, that we trade against.
And we're talking about weather issues. We look at Iowa and Illinois declaring states of emergency because we've got some areas that are still underwater as far as crop goes. What's that going to play long term as far as the Corn Belt goes? Well,
that is the difficult question. From the road traveling 60 to 70 miles an hour, everything looks very good by and large throughout the entire Corn Belt. But it's not until you actually get in the fields and see the damage or the drowning out spots that we won't know about until harvest occurs. Also, concerns are about nitrogen loss. With all the rainfall that we've seen, it pushes that nitrogen down at an accelerated rate, and it just at the most opportune time, I guess you could say, for when the plant is in that reproductive phase. So if we don't have a good fill process, if there's a lack of nitrogen, we could definitely see yield being affected, but it's not going to be till after harvest that we actually know that. So again, there's going to be a lot of unknowns, some clarity possibly in this upcoming report, at least on acres, but what that yield is actually going to be, we probably won't know about until at least the December, January report.
Well, for the corn guys, it's bad news, but for the cattle guys, it's somewhat good news when it comes to where our corn prices are right now.
Absolutely. We're seeing the cattle guys reaping the rewards. We have ponds that are full, creeks that are running. We have ample feedstuffs. Hay is very plentiful out there. And of course, corn prices now down here at multi-month lows. Not a bad time though for the livestock producer to step in and take a look at their break-evens and possibly get some new crop corn on the books just in case we have a late harvest, we have an early frost, and you know, everything starts to build, you know, at the optimal time. And if we have all of those problems line up right at the end of the year, you know, that's really a point of no return. We don't get to fix the 15 crop if we don't have everything work out just the way it needs to be going into the final phases of this year's crop.
Perfect. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about old crop corn and old crop beans if you've got them on hand. You're watching kansasAGreport. We'll see you in just a minute.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life. Farmers Insurance, your best protection against the unexpected. Call Agent Dan Key at 785-408-5459. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. GrassandGrain.com. Blue River Traders, the finest selection of Western-style furniture for your home. BlueRiverTraders.com.
We're finishing up today with Chris Haverkamp from Paragon Ag, and we're doing our quarterly grain outlook. So, Chris, again, thanks for joining us this morning. I've got some old crop corn, I've got some old crop beans. Where prices are right now, what should I be thinking about?
Well, at this point, if we're looking at corn specifically, there is carry in the market, meaning the deferred months are carrying a premium to the front end months. And we typically get that kind of a situation usually when we anticipate a large crop and when we have ample supplies, which is the case here definitely for the end of the 14 crop going into the 15 crop. So if you have old crop corn, at this point, you've waited for Mother Nature to give you a weather rally. You had one at the end of June, the first part of July, and now the market's taken that rally away. You have to be in a position to hope that we get some sort of weather problems down the road and possibly get some price appreciation. So with the fact that we actually have carry in the market, it would be our advice to hold on to that corn or at least get some sort of price protection in place so that you could continue to maintain some sense of ownership on paper. Ultimately, there is again a lot unknown about the 15 crop, and that is going to directly affect the value of the 14 crop if you still have any old crop corn on hand. Beans, on the other hand, it is a lot more clear in our opinion. you sell old crop beans because there is a premium to the new crop values. Anywhere from 40 to 60 cents has been the bounce value.
Seeds planted by farmers are the important basis of what they produce. Certified seed gives producers confidence in their crop by providing recognized proof of grain's parent seed identity, and treating seed eliminates spread of disease. Certified wheat seeds produced and sold are tested by the Kansas Crop Improvement Association. The certification process and high standards set by members and enforced by KCIA ensure that the seeds are of high quality and suitable for growing by the producer. The seeds are required to pass field inspections and are tested for varietal purity, germination ability, diseases, and contaminants. 10-pound samples for every 5,000 bushels of grown certified seed are sent to KCIA for purity and germination analyses to see if the seeds meet KCIA standards. The purity test assures farmers that they are planting the specific wheat variety selected, and quality factors such as germination ability show that the seed has not been damaged by heat. Along with being tested, the seeds are conditioned and may be treated upon producer's request. Certified seeds must meet the minimum requirement for contaminants of inert matter, such as bugs, chaff, other crop seeds, and weeds. The seed treatments contain insecticidal protection against soil insects and fungicide to control seedling diseases. Applying these treatments reduces management concerns because healthy seedlings take a more successful stand and better tolerate stress conditions such as drought or freezes.
Following the discovery of a low-level presence of the wheat disease flag smut in the 2015 Kansas wheat crop, an industry working group has been assembled to determine what mitigation strategies can be implemented in the fall of 2015 and beyond to help limit or eliminate the presence of the disease in Kansas. This is important to protect our international trading relationships. Some wheat buying countries refuse to accept wheat that has been infected with wheat flag smut. Wheat growers are encouraged to follow these voluntary measures to help protect the integrity of the Kansas wheat industry. Research has shown that the use of fungicide seed treatments, which are very economical, are highly effective in preventing flag smut and other fungal diseases, and is an important tool in the successful mitigation of the disease. Where possible, it is also suggested that crop rotations include corn, soybeans, or other crops to avoid continuous wheat to break the disease cycle. Flag smut presents no human or animal health concern and has no impact on grain quality. It can have a negative impact on wheat yield, the severity of which is determined by the infestation level of the field. For more information on flag smut, contact your local extension office or log on to the KDA website at agriculture.kda.gov/ppwc. Kansas ranks second nationally in wheat production and is number 1 in hard red winter wheat production. The 2014 crop produced 246 million bushels of wheat, 12% of all the wheat grown nationally.
This segment brought to you by Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. A.B. Flint Motor Company, selling quality used cars and trucks in Southeast Topeka at 32nd and South Kansas Avenue. Integrity Gun and Pawn, 2 Topeka locations specializing in firearms and training. igpawn.com to learn more. Impact Satellite, your local authorized DirecTV dealer. Impact Satellite at 785-554-5974.
All the time. Monthly payments of $289, $189, or even $89. How is this done, you ask? Well, with large down payments, low mileage leases, and you must qualify for all rebates offered. Can we do this?
Yes, we can.
But we'd prefer to give you the straight call, where we tell you all the information up front, and you make the decision on what vehicle and payment you want. You won't need bifocals to read the fine print here. Dick Edwards, serving the Manhattan, Fort Riley, and Junction City areas for over 30 years.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Tammy the Pro Home Plus is all about providing warmth and kindness to aging individuals who find it difficult to live on their own. Tammy's team is made up of experienced caregivers and nurses committed to the highest level of individualized care, focusing on health and well-being, and assisting with nutrition, grooming, medications, therapies, and daily living needs, all in a warm, caring environment. Call Tammy the Pro Home Plus today at 785-383-7094 to learn how we can help.
The producer-funded Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built to get improved varieties into the hands of farmers faster. Kansas Wheat, farmers advancing their future through wheat genetics research.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
You hear it all the time. Monthly payments of $289, $189, or even $89. How is this done, you ask? Well, with large down payments, low mileage leases, and you must qualify for all rebates offered. Can we do this?
Yes, we can.
But we'd prefer to give you the straight talk, where we tell you all the information up front, and you make the decision on what vehicle and payment you want. You won't need bifocals to read the fine print here. Dick Edwards, serving the Manhattan, Fort Riley, and Junction City areas for over 30 years.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
A panel including producers and a range scientist will offer insight on the benefits and challenges of using grass traps for starting or wintering cattle at the August 20th KLA K-State Ranch Management Field Day near El Dorado. Frank Harper of Sedgwick and Jarrett Moyer from Emporia will share their experiences with these systems in their cow-calf and stocker operations. Natural Resources Conservation Service Range Management Specialist David Kraft will provide tips on the use of cool and warm season grasses in traps. Gilmore Creek Ranch, operated by Frank and Mary Harper, will host the August 20th Field Day. Another highlight of the Gilmore Creek Field Day will be a federal issues update from NCBA Executive Director of Legislative Affairs Christina Butts. She will give a status report on important issues, including possible trade retaliation against U.S. beef unless mandatory country of origin labeling is fully repealed by Congress, and where beef stands in the process of updating federal dietary guidelines. The second field day is set for August 27th at Hobbs Ranch near Panoke. LS Cattle in western Douglas County will be the site of the third and final ranch management field day August 29th. More details on all of the field days are available at kla.org.
Good morning. I'm Derek Hermish with Paragon Ag. It's back to school time around my house, which means buying school supplies for the upcoming year. As a family, certain patterns in our spending habits are repeated around the same time each year, whether it be back to school, Christmas shopping, or birthdays. These patterns also happen in the markets and are referred to as the seasonals. Some seasonal patterns carry more weight than others, and one in particular that we have passed through just recently is the seasonal indicator for live cattle to put in a low towards the end of July and first part of August. The combination of coming off the peak summer grilling season in between the period where we can start to shift toward Labor Day demand and back to school lunch programs, among other things, generally proves to be one of the seasonal patterns that repeats itself with a high degree of repetition. Seasonals, it should be noted, are not something to be counted on as market predictors. Outside factors such as weather or foreign disturbances can wreck a seasonal pattern. Recent history from say 2008 to 2013 has proven to be a little rough on seasonal patterns. A tanking economy and some extreme weather events will do that. However, the last couple of years seem to be flowing back to a more seasonal type flow in the marketplace. In an ever-changing market, where deciphering the important information from the irrelevant to help influence our marketing decisions is key, a good idea may be to familiarize yourself with what the seasonal patterns are and let them carry a little more influence in your marketing decisions. I'm Derek Hermish. Have a good day.
Closed captioning brought to you by Dick Edwards in Manhattan, selling America's #1 truck, the Ford F-150, for over 30 years. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. kansassoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza in Junction City, home of this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year, Ram Truck. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Well, that's our show for today. I hope you'll join us each week for more news and information about agriculture in the state of Kansas. I'm Brian Holman, and thanks for watching.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Tammy the Pro Home Plus is all about providing warmth and kindness to aging individuals who find it difficult to live on their own. Tammy's team is made up of experienced caregivers and nurses committed to the highest level of individualized care, focusing on health and well-being, and assisting with nutrition, grooming, medications, therapies, and daily living needs, all in a warm, caring environment. Call Tammy the Pro Home Plus today at 785-383-7094 to learn how we can help.